I'm primarily a sub watcher, but if I like the show a lot, I'll also watch the dub a few months after the simulcast is over. So when Prison School was being simulcast dubbed, I was ecstatic, but after watching it, I ran into a huge issue which I noticed that some of the lines were changed from what I remember at that time. I thought I was imagining it, but later on when Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid came out, this problem became more apparent, especially during the process of watching episode 12. After that came My First Girlfriend is a Gal, a show that I only watched the sub but found out about what happened with the dub after fan outcry. At that point in time, I was planning on making a video on SJWs and or feminazis taking over the anime community, but gave up on the idea because I felt it wasn't worth the time and effort, and decided not to support Funimation anymore, or at least until the writers for those 3 shows were fired. And now we've reached today, where yesterday Crunchyroll announced a new show called High Guardian Spice. I had an issue when they changed the lines in the 3 shows I talked about earlier because what they did was add their political agenda into something I don't care for or want to see in anime. When I watch anime, I want the lines to stay the same, and if it needs to be changed because of the culture difference, then change it for something as close to being as possible to the original. Preferably, I want it to stay the same. Also, don't change it to something that is going to make the dub irrelevant. I'll show you a side-by-side comparison of what Funimation did with the dub and compare it with the sub. I'll also link down below articles and posts as to why this is bad. If you don't care about this, you'll see a small timer showing you where to skip.
Kobayashi, you're right, she's just your basic cosplay maid! It's cultural appropriation, but without any culture!
Okay, pretty sure you're making a mistake. Don't slut-shame me.
Okay. What are you wearing that for? Oh, those pesky patriarchal societal demands were getting on my nerves. So I changed clothes. Give it a week, they'll be ready to change back.
Heavy on the creepy sex stuff!
Of course! Where's the fun in forcing these jailbait tricks to read something decent? Plus, most of the freaks who come in here hate women, so seeing girls degraded gives them boners and makes them happy!
Well, maybe think about how these girls feel for once. Maybe they don't want to be debased just so you can sell a few more chicken wings to horny losers with mommy issues.
Check out the balls on this kid! Come in here and lecture me, you d***less cuck!
Boss?
So what exactly are you doing here at the arcade? I thought all of the boys were supposed to be stuck in the school's prison.
I was asked to run a couple errands, not that it's any of your business.
Whoa, pump the brakes, Arthur Fonzarelli. Have you got a stick up your ass? Or are you one of those dumbass Gamergate creep shows?
Now here's a tweet from one of the scriptwriters not apologizing for his actions, and here's a statement by Funimation pretty much not caring. The reason I have an issue with what Crunchyroll is doing is because it's wasting money that should be going to fix their horrendous service into something no one asked for, and it has political agenda written all over it. It doesn't matter that your show is 50% female for the creative roles, or that the writer's room is 100% female. From the moment you said that, it showed that you had an agenda. You're purposefully discriminating, and what you're doing is completely illegal. What you're saying is hypocritical and not diverse like you said. Instead of talking more about this show and actually making a good trailer, they're purposefully trying to spark controversy and gain an audience from the same people who hate shows that they have on their service they offer. They're alienating a huge percentage of users by doing this, and that's why I feel it's time to boycott Crunchyroll. They've needed to improve their site for years but have failed to do so. For example,
how in the flying fuck is it possible that your video player still uses Flash? Flash is literally shutting down.
this is why I'm making this video. We can't go through what the comic book industry has gone through. We need to show them who keeps their company's lights working. So it's time to stop supporting Crunchyroll. And if you haven't also, please stop supporting Funimation. Either they stop passing their political agenda or they die out. One more. Don't listen to their dogs. It will defend them from everything. Support other anime services, and if you can't, just continue to do what you've been doing. That's all for today. If you know of any other times the anime industry has made bad decisions and hasn't changed for the better, leave it at the bottom of the comment section. So if you made it to the end of the video and want to hear me rant, cool. God, I hate tokenism. I don't get why they care so much about being primarily women. I might be wrong, but I feel I read an article a year or two back talking about how Studio Ghibli was primarily women. They never that under their advertisement, all they cared about was making a delightful story. Something these SJWs or feminazis never learned. They ruined the comic book industry, having a ton of comic books fail. And why did they fail? It was because they couldn't write a fucking excellent story to save their fucking lives. Maybe if they didn't have an agenda, they could, but they just love writing their token characters. How the hell do they keep getting hired? Look at Steven Universe. That's a decently well-written story. That's how you write a story without alienating your fanbase. I don't remember Steven Universe doing their ads the way Crunchyroll did their show, or at least I don't remember it to be. There's something that's rubbing me the wrong way about how Crunchyroll decided to take this. Anyways, that's all.